today we're going to touch base on this door, the doors. The doors actually, there are totally 8 doors, 8 different doors. So it's talking about the opportunity, the energy, the luck, and also the relationship of the person current status. You see, because the Qimen itself, when we talk different chart, different timing, the energy change. So the door itself is telling us what is the opportunity at the in the beginning. That means in front of you, what is the current status? What is the current energy that represents? So there are different symbols that tell us what does it really mean. So as I mentioned, there are totally 8 of the different doors. So ranking in this order, that's based on what I see. Of course, different people may give different views on different things, but as far as I see, you need to remember the top 3 and the last 2. The rest, if you have the ability, you try to remember, but you just get familiar with it first. That means look at the best and look at the worst. Very important. So meaning that if you see these 3, this is a Qimen, that means the open door, and this is Shenmen, we call it the life door, and Xiumen, the rest door, Jingmen, the scenery door, and Jingmen, dispute door, Dumen, and obstruct door, and Shangmen, injury, and this is Simen, you have the death door. Okay, so the top 3 itself, these are the good stars, the good doors itself, and then more importantly, the injury door and the death door are the ones that are more critical. Okay, so I will go through every one of them in detail so that you have a rough understanding, and you don't have to memorize every one of them. You just have a brief understanding of what does each door stand for, and from there you get more familiar with in each cases. Okay, so we have the positive door. These 3 are the positive door. We have the Qimen, open door, Shenmen, the life door, and the Xiumen, which is the rest door. Okay, Qimen meaning the open door, is actually the one of the best door available. So that means the opportunity is open for you. It's a brand new situation, brand new energy for you. So when you see this open door in any chart in terms of divination, it represents a very, very good situation. Okay, so if you were to execute in most of the situation, you will have very little hindrance. That means the obstacles will likely to be easily overcome. Okay, so it also can represent a job opportunity. So this is one of the symbols that we see when we talk about a career of a person, and also can mean a new opportunity with also a leader. Okay, and at the same time, we also can say that is a father, high authority. Or this, you will, as you go along, you try to understand this as representation, because next time when we have different questions asked, refer to different things, we will have to take reference with it. Okay, with stand for capital and plane, retail shop, factory. So in summary, if you want to remember what is open door, that means you just imagine a door that's open for you to go in without any obstacle. Okay, so it's a very good door in this situation. Okay, next we have this life door. Life door, which pronounced as Shenmen. Okay, it's also a very good and auspicious door, and is very good for growth and personal development. Represent a lot of abundance. Okay, and also represent land, property, real estate. That means anything related to buildings. So next time when we want to do a definition related to buildings, we also have to take reference in this life door to indicate that that is the property itself. Okay, in business itself, we also look at this. Just give me a second. I think somebody is trying to come in. In the business itself, we also look at this life door. The life door is representing a business profit. Okay, a business profit. So when we talk about any divination related to business and profitability, or even like stock market, life door is also a very important reference to take. Okay, so when we talk about this, anything related to health, if there is a sun moon beside, meaning that the illness, the situation can be overcome. So it's a hope that this illness is going to be good. Okay, so this is what we are for this sun moon in this life and death situation. We will go over some examples later, so we just go through the 8 doors itself. So rest door, which is called the Qimen, okay, stands, is also a good door, and it also represents Noblemen, which is a Guiren. Guiren meaning somebody who is able to help you. So a lot of people want to find who is your nobleman. That means who is the person that's able to help you. We also can look at this rest door to indicate this person identity. Okay, so it represents something which is good, something which is resting, relaxing. Okay, also represent a retired person. And then when you see this human itself, this is something that you can expect that things will be very, very smooth with minimum obstacle. Of course, it's a very positive energy. And it's good for marriage and good for this taking up a high position. And for business itself, let's say if you want to divinate a business situation, if you see this human is also a very good, indication of positive direction. So how do we remember human? Imagine that this is a door that is you have a comfortable bed in it. So imagine if you're comfortable, that means you are actually, it is a very good situation. Okay, so these are the 3 doors that are kind of positive. So we have 2 major negative doors. So you also have to understand. So we have this Shang, injury door, and the Shimen, which is the death door. So in under any situation, I think most of the situation, if you see a death door, meaning that the door itself, the situation can be quite bad. That means it's the lowest of the lowest. When we see a divination, we do not like to see this death door. Okay, that means in terms of ranking, death door is the worst. Second worst is the Shang itself, which is the injury door. Okay, so these 2 group of positive and negative door, you just have to remember, and from there, the rest of the in-between one, we still need to know the differences. Okay, so we go into the nitty-gritty of this Shang itself, the injury door. So meaning that it can be, meaning the situation is damaged, can be mentally or physically, or the object is damaged, represents a setback, represent obstacles. And in terms of luck itself, this also can means that the luck is pretty bad. So it's very unlucky door. So, and at the same time, it also can means the transportation, cars or trains. So next time, if you do a divination, if you represent, want to find where is the car, where is the train, where is the transport, you use this to take reference, the injury door to take reference. So indirect also represent the indirect wealth. So next time when we see a destiny for Qimen, we can find the indirect luck of this person using this injury door. Okay, so imagine to remember this, we imagine this injury door, we have a person who is injured. It's quite straightforward, this injury itself. So it's quite easy to remember. Okay, death door, which is the worst door which I mentioned. Meaning that it's a very dead situation, a death situation, very unlucky situation, very unlucky energy. Okay, so, but having said that, in the event that, let's say, if you want to bury a person, you have to choose this door. You cannot go and choose the open door. You cannot choose the live door. That means in this situation, although it's a bad door, but if you want to choose a good timing to do certain things, a good timing for the death to bury a person, you have to choose this death door, because you cannot choose the open door or the live door because it will reverse the energy. You'll create more bad luck in this situation. Okay, so this also represent the death door also represent open land or even a graveyard or haunted house. So to remember this, actually quite easy. The death itself is telling you that the energy is very, very bad already. Okay, so there are also some neutral door, but although it's a neutral door, sometimes, as I mentioned before, there's always a yin and yang. Everything that is good, there's always a bad, and everything that is bad, there's always a good. So these few doors, there's a bit of conflict here and there. We just understand what does it really mean, and from there we will apply accordingly to every case itself. So let me pronounce it for the sake of people who do not understand. So this is a dispute door. We call it a Qimen. Okay, then this view door, which is the Qimen. So this obstruct door, which called the Dumen. Okay, Dumen itself. Dumen, we're talking about the obstruct door. Imagine there's the door itself. We have a big stone in front of you that is stopping you from going ahead. That means yes, there's a lot of hurdles, a lot of obstacle for you. Okay, so it also means something that is hidden or secret, or the lack of opportunity. Stand for traffic jam also, and techniques, taxation, police, and military. Okay, so but in the sometime when you want to avoid a situation, you also can try to use this toolman to help you in the divination, or you want to change your luck, you try to use this toolman to change the situation. Okay, in the destiny reading of a person, when you see a person who have this character, which is the obstacle door, also means that this person is an introvert person, a loner himself. Okay, so in order to remember this obstruct door, just imagine that there's a big stone in front of you, then you're able to relate to the meaning of this door. Okay, next we have this view door. Okay, view door meaning that this particular door itself is something beautiful, something superficial. Okay, so imagine, and this view door can represent many things in this statement itself. So you have to pay some respect to this view door. So it also represents documentation, tickets, information, exam, contract. So when we talk about the person, whether they can pass the exam, we also have to take reference into this view door to see whether the exam paper is going to be hard or not, easy. And also represent something gorgeous and luxurious, nightclub, etc. As you can see. And also represent stock market and information. Okay, if you talk about in stock market, we also have to look at this view door to take reference of the stock market situation. Okay, and next if you see the destiny chart itself, somebody who likes to plan, okay, and you can follow the steps very accordingly. So how to remember this view door? That means you open the door, you view already, you see a lot of stack of papers, a lot of documents in front of you. So it means certificates, it means information, it means documentation. Okay, so it's very easy to relate to it. Next, we have this Qimen. Okay, that means somebody, a situation where there's a shock, there's a panic, people are scared, you see. And usually in this situation, sometimes we can relate to an argument. Okay, somebody who is frustrated and a lot of stress, very fear, anxiety, but it also can represent a certain person. That means a lawyer, a singer, a teacher. So, and imagine that the lawyer is able to argue very well. So to remember this Qimen, we just remember that this is a lawyer. So maybe to make things easier, we just imagine that this is Julie. Julie is a lawyer. So in this aspect, we can relate. Okay, Julie can speak very well, and then she is presentable. So it's easy to relate to this Qimen itself. Okay, sorry, Julie, I use you as an example. Okay, we will take some example from here, some interesting examples. So we would